All right, so we have game number 2 of the day. It's going to be Team Solomid versus Unrestricted, and pretty good team comps on both sides from what I can tell. Big tanky team for Unrestricted, and more of a just a strong team comp for Team Solomid. Nothing. You can't really call it anything, but looks good. So
it's good solid team comp.
yeah, definitely. And so that is. Sorry, just go ahead. I had like a little shake there. Hey, anyways, we've got Keely casting with me. I'm Colby Cheese. Keely, go ahead and tell me about yourself.
I'm Keely. Playing League of Legends for about a year now, and just having fun getting to know the high elo players and their rundown of their games. So I'm glad to be here. I think it'll be fun.
Yep, definitely. And the games, if you did miss the first game, by the way, we are going to have them up on youtube.com/ColbyCheese with a Z, not an S. Definitely check that out if you don't already have that subscribed to. And should be a good show. So let me see. The odd one is the last one loading in for TSM. Just going to have Don't Mash Me and pull back. I think they just had a switch in. Don't Mash Me was definitely not in the last game.
Okay.
So that's cool. I know the Don't Mash Me guy. He actually, every time I hear him or see him, he makes fun of a video that I have up on YouTube. This is actually not a video of me. Someone recorded me doing something funny, which I will not speak of at this time.
So everyone needs to go to YouTube and look up videos of Colby Cheese that he did not post himself, and then
I will not mention that video. I was very angry that day. It's one of those rage videos. Anyway, so Unrestricted here. Looks like they're just standing around in their tower. I don't know why. Maybe to wait out this clairvoyance. That sounds about right.
Possible. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I'll get my spell shield for Karthus.
Everything okay over there? It sounded quite
Sounded quite crazy, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Just making sure you're
just
okay.
Just having little seizures, man. I'm crazy like that, you know. So
switching out. Well, we have a little bit of ganging up here. Looks like on the Warwick. No, Warwick was standing by the first tower in mid, and the rest of the team was standing in the second tower in mid, looking back at him, pretty condescending, I think.
Alrighty, yeah, we're doing the same thing, just standing in the mid tower. Usually, I think that's what they did last game. They opted not to go for a level 1 fight just due to the fact that they don't want to risk it. They'd rather go the safe routes. Mm-hmm. And where is Team Solomid right now?
All at their mid turret. Just completely, it looks like a pretty boring start. However, we did just see a ping go down at blue, at enemy blue. So,
yeah, they want to stop this Amumu because if you can stop Amumu from doing his blue, it really slows him down heavily in the early game, and so it's a pretty good thing to do. Now they have a ward there, so if Team Solomid were to go around that top part, they would see them. I don't know if they're still there, if they went the bottom way or what. But.
No, they didn't actually do anything. We had a ping go down at blue, but nothing came. I thought maybe for a CV or something, but I didn't ever see it go down. And now they're just jungling. So Warwick just got his big wolf, and now blue has been pulled, and he's just getting his blue. Has a little bit of support here from Taric in case someone was to show up.
Alright, so looks like Amumu is going to have a easy time at the jungle today. No counter jungling going on there. Not too bad. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it's just trying to put down the pain on Reginald. Alrighty. And of course, up top, you know, Chaos doing his thing. Nothing out of the ordinary. I'd like to see how Swain does, though, against Irelia, since she does have to go in melee. If he can time it, if he can watch when she's about to go in for the last hit, he might be able to land one of his cages on her, and that could be pretty bad. So, could be interesting. But
I think it'll be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dual sustain lane. Once she hits 6, she gets super sustained. Same for him. So, it's kind of funny to see that.
They'll both be able to stay there indefinitely.
Yeah, most definitely. And of course, you know, the Rain Man down here just being a big monster, shouting at people. How rude. Use your inside voice. All right, so let's see how.
Well, it looks like there's a little bit of denying here going on mid.
Is there?
I mean, well, he hasn't missed any minions yet, but she's putting some hard pressure on him, keeps kind of chasing him back with her volleys. So you had a little bit of where she had come around the minions and was pushing him back to his tower, but it looks like the next wave came and she backed off.
Yeah, Original opted not to go for that strong AP build for the early game where he'll jump in and harass. I guess he's going to go more for a... I'm wondering if he's actually going to build into a... I want to say a Catalyst first, and then go for a Rod of Ages. It's probably what he's going to do with this setup. That's kind of one of the two builds for Karthus. There's the zombie Karthus where, you know, you go just crazy damage and then you just go running and suicide. Yeah. And then a little bit tankier where you can stay in there longer without dying with that Rod of Ages. So that's probably what we're going to see, but I don't know quite yet. He might just be going into Banshees later, but, you know, that's just kind of one of the options he can take.
Good harass going down there on mid from Reginald. He was able to get some good shots off on her.
Yeah, it took her down below half.
Also, as a note, Irelia backed, I believe, to pick up, looks like she just picked up a ward and some pots just to stay in lane a little bit longer there against Swain.
Good deal, good deal. And we have Bruce Leak coming down bottom on Jarvan. He did pick up his Philosopher's Stone. Pretty flavor of the month item there.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting that to come back on Irelia, but it doesn't look like she doesn't have to pick it up. So
yeah, she's probably fine without it. I mean, it gives him a little bit more you know, money later on, but I've never seen Calix actually do that type of build. Since Aurelia's got enough sustain as it is, she should be okay.
I'm just so used to seeing the gold per 5 items now on.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty standard these days, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a little bit of gank going down here to Amumu coming down. May not be a gank, but yeah, he's definitely going to walk in here. And it's going to be Bruce Lee getting first blooded by the Rain Man. Now the Rain Man being taken out, so that is 1 for 1, but the Rain Man gets a little bit more gold from that. Warwick coming in a bit late, not able to even get off any hits, so...
That was very well played by the Rain Man. I think that a lot of players, as the Amumu came down there, would have just tried to get back to turret, but he really saw the advantage to get that kill off and went for it. So good for him.
Yeah, most definitely. And I guess that Warwick was gonna. I don't know if you put a ward there or.
He did. Yep, he's got a ward now and in blue.
Yeah, I saw him running up there and then walked back. So that's the only logical thing I can think of. Ginormous is just gonna go up for his wraiths. He should be fine.
Well, and it's as a quick check on CS here, it looks like Karthus is at 40, about 10 above the Ashe there at 30.
Oh, I just barely saw that ult and pushed my shield. Very nice. So I guess he did actually pick up that kill on Ashe. Sweet.
Kind of sad that I missed the action there. Dang it! I'm usually right on top of that, but it looks like
that's not bad.
But yeah, back to CSing. You've got Karthus just ahead. Looks like he's got 16 CS more than Ashe does mid, and now a kill. And then Irelia versus Swain. We've got her up by now 11.
Very good, and she's probably going to keep pulling ahead as she is now level 6, and she's probably not going to be able to do a lot of harass against Paul Belter unless she gets his mana down. Yeah, as you can see, he's just going to run in there and try and... That's the cool thing about him is he can kind of take some harass and then push you back and come back full health. But at the same time, that's the same thing Irelia does, so I don't know. Like, look at that. She's just going in for those creep kills, and she says, I don't care.
Just farming.
Yeah, she's like, I don't care. You go ahead and hit me. It's not going to bother me at all.
Oh, lots of damage going down on that Shen as he taunted in there into that silence.
That might have been a bad move for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it looks like Ginormous still level 5, not hitting 6, but that's okay. The mid lanes are actually just now 6 as well. And I guess Team Solomid is checking for that dragon, but there is a ward there just outside. I don't know if you guys have a pink there, but there's a ward right down outside of the range of it.
Oh, we did just throw down a pink there, so they're going to assume that's not warded.
Yeah, it's definitely warded on both sides. One right where Warwick just walked, and one down closer to just kind of a triangle area at the bottom lane. So it's a multi-purpose ward, I guess.
Yeah. Kind of. I know exactly where you're at.
Pretty good map control there, placement and as well. I don't know how Team Solomid is doing on map control. maybe you can
they're doing pretty well. It looks like they're really at this point trying to prevent Amumu from getting his blue easily. So there was a little bit of a lane swap. We've got Karthus up top with Swain now, and Irelia is mid with Ashe. And it looks like you guys are sending over some protection with Shen there to help Amumu get the blue. It is warded on both sides. You've got it on the bush, the curved bush below mid, and the bush on blue. We have wards.
That's interesting. So, he decided not to go for that blue. It's like he was scared, so he put a ward there instead and decided to go for his race. So he's like afraid right now, terrified, and maybe for a good reason.
Oh yeah, and the whole bottom lane there was missing, and I think they were just waiting kind of to go up and try to slow down that blue, so it was probably wise of them to wait.
Yeah, so he said, what the heck, I'm going to go pick up some other buffs elsewhere. Oh, Reginald's actually a little bit low. He decided to switch up to the top lane, and it's not doing as well for him, I don't think.
It's kind of an interesting switch there. I'm not exactly sure why they would switch there unless...
I think that they want to... Oh, man, this Ashe just... Oh, look at that. They baited out that Shen ultimate. He didn't even... The other one didn't even use his Warwick ult, which you would think he would do that. That would have been a perfect opportunity. I'm guessing that he just kind of saw it coming, and that's a really smart move if that's what he was doing that for. And Shen's just going to go top now.
And Karthus is actually backing from top. He got really low there in that fight with Swain. So he is pulling back. He's at... I think he was at like 150 health. So.
Oh, that's not good. So, like I said, I mean, Swain's a really strong laner. He can handle a lot of stuff, and the odd one's not going to be able to really CS. He's just going to have to stand here at his tower and try and keep the creeps back. But Don't Mash Me is up here as well with Pole Belter. No, never mind. Shen's actually going to get back, so...
It's a little bit of action going on bottom, but Jarvan was able to just walk away from it in the end. But he did take quite a bit of damage there.
Yeah, he's not too tanky yet. All he's got is his Flow for Stone. Just trying to go for that lane sustainability at this point, as well as getting, getting money for the late game. Mumu going to come in here on Chaos. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal because Ashe decided not to go in. She doesn't have enough mana for her arrow, and Chaos should be fine, as you can see. Reginald coming up top, back in the lane. Let's take a look at that CS after I move around so I don't get disconnected.
Yeah, I just had to do the same. And as a note, Irelia did go ahead and pick up the Philosopher's Stone. I thought she might.
Oh, okay. So she just picked up a little later. She wanted those boots. The reason she picked up boots so fast is because when you're playing against a a giant bird named Swain, the fact that his little cage can be so devastating, you want to get those boots quickly so you can move out of its range easier. And that's why I'm guessing why she picked up those boots.
Backed and got that boots instead of necessarily going for the Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah, so that's pretty smart overall on his part. Rainman already has his Catalyst, the Protector. He's probably going to go in for a kind of a mix of a AP/tanky build. Pretty standard on him from what I've been able to tell. Ashe going to go for that Infinity Edge. She did pick up a pickaxe first. Wasn't able to farm up for the BF Sword just yet. And let's take a look at Karthus. Karthus, yep, like I said, did go for the Catalyst, now for the Source Shoes. He might be going for Banshees, though, due to the fact that there is not only a Swain with his cage, but with Ashe's arrow. He does want to be able to avoid as much of those, life-threatening abilities as possible.
Yep. As far as CS goes, it looks like we've got Karthus, who's holding his own there, about 5 or now 6 ahead of Swain. And then Irelia is just dominating. She's got 85 creeps versus Ashe's 63, so ahead by more than 20 there. So
yeah, that's pretty sick farm overall. I mean, goodness, the farm potential on Irelia is so high, and Chaos is one of the best at Irelia from what I've seen, and it's showing. And I guess you guys actually just picked up Dragon there.
Yep, we did. An odd one went ahead and yelled out that we've got 1750 is going to be there.
Yeah, that's exactly what Ginormous said in chat as well.
Yeah, that's very, very well done then.
Yeah, they're watching that, so that's good. Yep. You kind of see that in high-level games. You'll see the call-outs on those buffs. So knowing the timer's on. Look at the Ashe arrow coming down, not going to hit anybody, and Pobelts are going to go in anyways. Nice dodge by Reginald getting out of the AoE of that, and Shen's going to come in, and Reginald could be in trouble if he gets taunted here. Yeah, I think he's definitely going to die to that bird. Oh, man. But he's coming in for the ultimate, and I'm going to push my shield. There we go.
That was kind of interesting. They had expected Karthus to be there in the second bush, in the bush that was closer to his tower. And he wasn't. He was in the bush that was closer to enemy tower, here in the right bush instead of the left bush. And I mean, he dodged the Ashe arrow because of it, but he was further away and just wasn't able to.
Yeah, I think he thought he was gonna be able to do more damage to Pavotr, so he kind of stayed in there. He did dodge the W, and then I don't know if he really had anywhere else to go. He probably would have gotten grabbed by the W if, and by the W I mean the cage. For those of you that don't play Swain, he might have been grabbed by that cage, so that's probably why he ran back towards the top bush and then back down. So it was overall a pretty good gank. Oh man, I must have missed that. But on bottom there was a 3-man gank. Did he get ulted by Warwick or stunned by Taric?
I'm not sure because I was looking up top. So
I'm guessing that he got stunned and then knocked out by the Rain Man, and I mean that's a pretty good combination there overall.
Yeah, the three down there is very good, and I'm not sure if Warwick ulted there, unfortunately.
You should be able to tell if you look at the little green icon next to Warwick's name.
Oh yeah, you're right. Actually, yep, we have ults down from both Cho and Warwick.
Yeah.
So it looks like they probably both use their ult.
Yeah, so lots of damage, not really easy to get out of when you've got someone locking you down, and Chogath just noms you to death. And so Shen ultimate down, Swain is up, of course. There might be some problem with the stream freezing, though, I'm hearing.
I'm having some lag myself on my computer. So there has been a little bit of touches every now and then where it'll slow down, and I'm not sure if it's that they're talking about. There's not really much I can do to fix that, unfortunately.
Oh well, I mean, I guess they can get an idea of what's going on, and if they want to see a recap of the match, we will have it up on YouTube later on my channel, so not too bad. But we do have a little bit of action going up top. Chaos coming in, stunning Pole Belter. He's using his ultimate, but lots of... Yeah, that Ignite wasn't even enough to get him down. They didn't want to continue chasing him. I'm guessing that Chaos just wants to play it safe at this point, and that's fine. They did push him out of the lane, and they are probably going to be able to get some damage onto this tower if she pushes it fast enough.
We do have an Oracle here on Taric, so he's just running around kind of taking out wards as he roams. So that's kind of, it's going to be good for map control. Do you guys have an Oracle yet on your team?
Yeah, actually, Amumu is running around with an Oracle at this point. Of course, with a Heart of Gold as well. Pretty standard setup. And I'm guessing, yeah, Jarvan's got his Heart of Gold and Philosopher's Stone as well. The odd one is actually being seen right now. Bruisely's going to go in, but it might be bad for him if, I don't know if anyone else, yeah, this is going to be really bad.
The entire team is kind of coming up here.
Oh, yeah. Top, 4 people up here, so that was kind of bad. He thought he was going to get a gank off on Warwick, but instead he baited himself into getting killed. Ginormous just doesn't have enough damage to really take on 4 people by himself, of course. I mean, all he can do is cry. QQ, so... Most definitely.
They did go ahead and take the blue there. And,
all right, nice. So 1 tower down and 2 kills behind, and I'm guessing TSM has probably picked up what, 1, 2 dragons?
1 dragon. I
Just
believe.
1. Yeah, I did see them get 1. I don't know if they had 2 yet, but
yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the first dragon.
Yeah, so the next one will be up at 17:50 in about 2 minutes. Should see another attempt at that dragon. If Unrestricted is not able to get the map control they need, they're going to get snowballed on. You really don't want to give that many dragons away. I'm going to go ahead and push my shield. Who did he just ultimate?
I don't know. I was just trying to check for that. I don't know if he had some
That feels really random. There was no engagements going on. Maybe it was an accident.
Possible. He was just about to go back to base. So I'm wondering if he just had the extra mana. And,
yeah, but it's a long cooldown, so I don't... Maybe it was just an accident. I can imagine him just, having an accident or something.
Well, I mean, I have seen strategies where he threw down the ult there, and now they all know how much damage he does to them roundabout. But he went back and bought items. So
pretty much get... Okay, there's a gank up top, sort of. But how are you going to gank this guy who can't take damage? I don't know. We'll see. X-Special just killing these wards, as you can see. He's going to go ahead and come around the triangle bush, and I don't think anyone else is going to gank him. I don't see anyone else on the map.
Oh, wow. I was watching this damage done here on Ashe. They had a ping on her and went to gank her, and she just took a ton of damage from a couple of his...
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's got one of the highest damage nukes in the game if he's attacking a single target. And, of course, Ashe has no real defense against that. I mean, she's got 43 magic resist, but that's just base. So.
It looks like they're going to get a kill here on Swain.
Oh, that's done. He's definitely not going to be able to take him out. I think that ultimate by Shen was not even necessary. Kind of a waste almost. And I guess he was expecting more damage to come in, but they did not want to dive that. And that was smart because he did have his ult turned on as well as that Shen coming in. But there you go. That was a good job for them to bait out that ultimate from Shen. So.
looks like they've done a pretty good job of that all game, and whether it's been intentional or not, it seems to have been really working in their favor. They've done really well for baiting that out.
Yeah, I agree. And Shen actually hasn't been that effective all game. It's usually, you know, Shen is really strong because of the fact that he can save people with his ultimate. Ooh, do we have a fight down here at the Dragon? Yes, so big fight going down. Lots of damage being taken by Ginormous Noom. There goes that Oracles. Reginald's probably going to get taken out by this Ignite. Nope, there goes Ashe. Oh, that was awesome! Stopped the ultimate as well. Right before it went off, Ashe did get the kill on him. He should have waited. I don't think he thought he was actually going to die from that, but that was a really good job by Ashe, and she flashes out, makes it to safety, and she's going to be fine.
Yeah, and that is one of the reasons why you'll see people who play the zombie Karthus build will refuse to ult until after they die.
Yeah.
Because it is interruptible.
Yep.
So as soon as he dies, if you have your ult channeled, it's done. So a lot of them will save it until they are actually dead before they ult, and that's exactly the reason why.
Yep. So the odd one's gonna go ahead and pick up this dragon, though. Even though I don't know, it was a pretty even fight overall. But oh, look at this, Shen coming here trying to pick this up and not gonna actually be able to grab it since oh, this is bad for the odd one. He's gonna lose his red buff. Don't mash me. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, the Don't Mash Me just doesn't have enough damage, and here comes the Rain Man. This could actually be bad for Don't Mash Me, except he dashes over. Yeah.
Shadow dash over that wall and get away to freedom.
Yeah. So next dragon going to be up at 24.5 minutes. Or sorry, not 24.5, it's 24:50. It's obviously only 60 seconds a minute.
I'm going to go ahead and pick up the Banshees myself this game. I just had visions of an Ashe arrow sailing down mid at some point in time, and decided I probably ought to protect myself.
I suppose. I definitely do not have enough to buy one yet.
I'm getting there. I only need about 600 or 300 more, and then I'll have enough for my Banshees.
So you need 300 more, and I need a lot more than that. So
it looks like our team is a little bit ahead.
I would say that your team is a little bit ahead. You got now 2 dragons, and you've got
6 to 3 on kills.
Which that doesn't actually factor into your gold. But yeah, here we go. Some more damage going on in Chaos, but not really going to matter. Again, both champions are highly sustainable on their own. And, okay, so at this point, the game is not seriously in the favor of one team or the other. However, you could also say it kind of is, because Team Solomid does have 1 tower down, which gives decent control of the dragon area. And they've gotten 2 dragons. That's pretty snowball capable if they can continue that. If they get another 2 towers down, it's going to be really difficult for Unrestricted to come back from that. So Unrestricted is really going to want to push down a tower very soon if they want to stay in the game. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult for them, just due to that gold advantage first off, but also the map control that comes from having all 3 towers down and being able to roam constantly. It's pretty tough to deal with.
Yeah, I think that the champions to watch this game as far as Unrestricted goes is Swain. He's really been able to get a lot of his farm in. They haven't been able to get a kill on him, and he's just been able to kind of, you know, he's got the most farm on his team, which isn't nearly as high as
if you
Karthus,
compare it though, oh my goodness, Karthus 170, Irelia 194, almost a 200 at 21 minutes into the game. And here is a ultimate going down on Pobelter from the Warwick. No ignite though, so he's going to be able to live. Oh, no, he's not. The Karthus went ahead and did tons of damage, but he did get taken out. I'm going to go ahead and shield this. There we go. And so I've been doing a good job of watching that. So, yeah, that was actually pretty good. The Team Solomid did get a kill off on there. Of course, Reginald died. Not a big deal because this tower is still going to go down, though.
Yep. That was very well played by the Swain. He did pick off the Karthus.
Look at that. That Ashe arrow just juked right in between those guys. That's funny. That. Yeah, it just juked right in between them. It wouldn't have really mattered. It wouldn't have got anybody killed, but it's still kind of funny that it was like perfectly not able to hit anyone. And they're putting lots of pressure down on Team Solomid. They've really got the whole pressure idea down. And for those of you who are kind of wondering what I'm talking about, they're putting pressure on all 3 lanes in that they'll push the lane all the way up as much as it'll go. And they're able to push multiple lanes at the same time. What this does is it forces Unrestricted to cover all the lanes. And Solomid's got the advantage of having now 2 towers down, so they can't necessarily leave their lanes. They're going to have to defend there. And Team Solomid's freed up to kind of do whatever they want at this point. They can go take buffs, or they can go do whatever else. But that's kind of where it's sitting at this point.
Well, I think that you're going to just see a lot of just playing real defensive here from Unrestricted. They're going to try to get some map control back a little bit. You've got Ashe who's pushing a lane here. I'm sure she's going to back. She looked like she was low on mana, but Irelia is coming in to try to stop her from doing that.
Not going to happen. She did teleport out of there.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so she's good to go. I can see that Taric's coming in here, just destroying any kind of map control that Unrestricted is trying to take back, putting his ward down as well. And Unrestricted, they can play defensive, but that's not going to win them the game at this point. They need to get this tower down. They're going to get snowballed on very heavily. They're going to lose control of the Baron. It's definitely late enough in the game that Team Solomid could, I'm guessing, get Baron without too much trouble. Ginormous Noob coming in here. He's able to take out that ward, but still no actual vision on Baron. As you can see on the bottom, once again, the Rain Man going to continue putting pressure on the lanes. 2 Oracles now. Oh, wow, look at this. Chaos actually flashes out of that. That was actually going to be bad if she got caught in that. Going to give up a red buff, but was able to flash out quite successfully.
I was gonna say it was rather silly of her. She found an Ashe there and just kind of tried to go for it, but we all knew Amumu was in the area and there had been people mid. So I was a little bit surprised that she dove in for that. I mean, I guess that Chaos is lucky there he got out, but he knows his champ really well.
Yeah.
He kind of knows what he can take and what he can't take. So
I think it's kind of funny that Taric went up there, killed that ward, and put another one down, and there goes Ashe putting that one. They're probably gonna kill it. So. No, it's kind of like it's like a game of chicken with ward baiting here on that or something.
Well, they've got this whole Baron area surrounded. We've got a ward at red, a ward there at that juncture by Wraith, right where they put that ward. And then we've got another ward up at the triangle bush top.
Ooh, look at this, especially being brave. But Irelia was trying to
the whole team there with him. They're all waiting.
He does. I can see that the Irelia was standing in that bush there. So, kind of interesting.
The rest of them were in that middle bush right above mid.
It's almost like Team Solomid is taunting them out right now. They know that they are stronger, and they know that they have the control, and they know that if Unrestricted doesn't contest that area, they can eventually get Baron safely. And that's going to be very kind of it's going to be like a mind screw on Unrestricted. They're going to have to make the decision to either go try and take back control there or to push a lane or whatever. And that's what having those 2 towers down against not having your own towers down does against you. So it's pretty difficult to deal with in these type of really competitive and real coordinated team games. Oh man, look at this. Top tower now going down uncontested. Like I said, pressure on every lane. They can't always be everywhere. They had to back and buy items, and Irelia took advantage of that.
And Chaos there was really safe too. We've got that whole area warded, so he knew exactly where they were when they were coming. And even now, he's being real bold and going for red.
Yeah, I mean, they can. They've got the ability. Now, Amumu's going to go for his red as well. So if he's by himself, it could be kind of dangerous, but I doubt it. So, yeah, look at that. You guys actually just put down a clairvoyant, so you know that he's there. Yeah, so.
And there's Ashe's hawk shot coming in right as Irelia got red and got out.
Bit late, a little bit. Yeah, and so we put a ward down there at Baron, right there at the very end of it, so it's going to be hard to see unless they walk all the way in. Pretty good spot for it if the other team does have an Oracles walking around. And another ward going down in that triangle bush. So they're trying to take back control as much as possible. But at this point in the game, they're going to have to take some towers if they want to catch up. And that's going to be the main issue.
And we have a ward there in the triangle bush as well. So we watched that ward go down. So there was a ping that showed that we know it's there. So I'm sure the Taric will make his way over as soon as...
Yeah, and actually the funny thing is Taric and the Rain Man both have Oracles. And so that's going to be lots of map control all around the map. That gives the Rain Man the ability to push one lane and detect wards, while the Taric stays with the rest of the team and detects the wards in those areas.
Yep. So you're going to see... I think that we're going to see a Baron fight here soon. And we've got Especially here checking for a ward. He's clearing out that ward there in Baron.
Yeah,
and
here's the thing.
The
Amumu is... Sorry, but the Amumu is so far behind. I just noticed this. And so is Jarvan. They're only like level 11, whereas you guys have level 15 Chogath. Warwick is 13. Karthus and Irelia about to be 18, if they're not already.
But we do have a level 10 Taric.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. Taric's just a stun bot with heals, so... Oh man, so this could be really bad. We've got Ginormous Noob taking so much damage. Even though Shen puts his ultimate on him, he still dies. And Shen's actually going to put himself in trouble here. Especially going to put the stun down. And down goes Don't Mash Me. And not good. Look at this. Ashe getting caught as well. That's going to be 3 kills. Team Solomid has enough... they're going to be able to take Baron right now if they would like. And here goes a surrender vote. I don't know if this is going to go through or not. There's 2 no's, so yeah, definitely not a surrender. But I guess that Ginormous is pretty upset right now, and he wants to end the game, but no one else on the team does.
Yeah, and that's always hard.
Yeah, he said, we're not playing as a team. We're not going to win. That's what he's saying in chat right now. And it's true. I mean, they're not really... It feels like they're kind of falling apart. They're not able to really come together and make anything happen around the map. Are you guys doing Baron right now?
We did just pick up a Baron. So now they are, they're all just backing and probably going to buy all their items and push through.
So yeah, right now it feels pretty grim for Unrestricted. We did see the game snowball. Here's where the games generally snowball. After about 2 dragons, if you get 2 dragons in a row and then you're able to pick up, towers, and whereas the other team cannot pick up towers, that's kind of the point at which the game is extremely snowbally against you. At this point, I have to give a lot of credit that Team Solomid did a great job of putting pressure on all 3 lanes, eventually picking up the towers, and they just came out ahead as far as map control is concerned, and they went out. I mean, they're already 6 kills ahead as well after that last fight. Pretty good overall.
Oh yeah, they've played really good games, and one thing that's important I think to note here is even now they are so in control of everything that's happening. I mean, we have looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wards down on the map currently. So even though they're so far ahead, they're really making sure to secure that lead. And they've got the map completely warded still, and they're not taking any chances. And that I think just defines, high level play. Yeah,
and let's take a look at the items now while we're kind of in this situation. Ashe doing a standard build, nothing to look at there, going for the Infinity Edge, and now I'm guessing for Last Whisper is what it looks like she's building into. So there's hers. I'm going to take a look at Amumu and Taric both picked up the gold per 5 items, knowing that they're not going to have lots of farm, which you can tell by the CS counters. Let's see. Shen. Usually Shen goes for lots of armor, but this time he went for a little bit of Negatron Cloak, which is smart. I mean, you got a Karthus on the team. You definitely want to get that magic resist. And as far as Team Solomid, who's able to actually buy lots more items, you got... I did see a Banshee's Veil going down. Oh, man, we might have an Initiate going down here. Nope, never mind. Karthus... Sorry, not Karthus. Swain did flash out of that. But back to the builds. We got the Rain Man going for a pretty darn tanky Frozen Heart. Banshee's Veil. Oh, they could be diving this. It's going to be really bad. Ashe is going to definitely go down. And Pole Belter taking a lot with that Ignite, and he's stuck in his own Jarvan's ultimate. Jarvan dying as well. Yeah, this is just a gang rape here. I mean, the whole team goes down, and the only person dying is Chogath, which is interesting because he's the tankiest one of them all. And there is a surrender vote.
I'm really surprised they focused the Chogath there. I mean, he did kind of get up in their face, but it looks like they killed him pretty quickly there. So if they would have done that to anyone on the team, it would have killed him. So I'm kind of surprised they focused Cho.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think at that point they're just attacking whoever got in the range of them, and as you can see, they were really kind of breaking down his team anyways, already trying to surrender. Generous Nunu was not too happy with what was going on. But overall, I think Team Solomid just really played the best they could. I mean, they played very well. They had lots of pressure across all 3 lanes. They got both dragons, and it just snowballed against Unrestricted. Unrestricted really wasn't able to come together and pick up anything as far as objectives around the map. No towers, no dragons, anything like that. And that just sealed the victory for Team Solomid.
Yep, I think it was very well. I mean, it was very well played on Solomid's part. They really took care to make sure that they crossed all their T's and dotted all their I's, and it really paid off for him here in the end. Yeah,
so for everyone who is watching, maybe picked up midway or wants to watch the game again, they felt it was a little laggy on the stream, I'm going to be putting this up on YouTube. It's youtube.com/KobeCheese, and Keely is the one casting with me today, if you're not aware, and she doesn't have a YouTube or anything like that, but she is a caster for the NSL, so you'll see her on and off. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. That was game number 2. Team Solomid does win today's Premier League game against Unrestricted. So,
hey guys, thanks for sticking around and watching the video. Definitely subscribe up top. Send your comments down below. Add me on Facebook and Twitter, and be sure to check out the website, KobeCheese.com. And I'll see you guys around for the next one. Peace out.